Hey, how's it
Oh,
going?
Oh, hey, what's
excellent.
up?
This is the I think this is our this is our first mid-hurricane Zoom call that I think Pat and I have ever had.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, very excited. Where are you located?
I'm in Boston, so not too far from you guys.
Oh,
Has
yes.
it has it hit
Awesome.
there yet or no?
Yeah, I did this morning while I was outside, so
Oh,
got a
oh,
little
very
Wow.
nice.
drenched, but I'm okay
That
now.
well, that's where the authorities say the safest place is outside.
Right? Yeah, living on
Oh,
the edge. Well, thanks so much for
Oh,
joining me,
ooh.
guys, during this hurricane.
Thanks for having us.
yeah, we're excited to be here. Thanks.
Very excited. Yes. Pat, I like that. What is are you? Is that a shiny black jacket? What do you have there?
That's yeah.
Oh,
It's
very
it's
nice.
it's actually a green screen jacket. I just change it to whatever I want.
Very snazzy.
Love it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm
Well,
freshly
guys.
showered. I always do this thing where I'm like, oh God, I have a Zoom call. I need to shower, make sure I smell delicious. I don't know why, but I do.
You look like you
Well,
smell
it's the
delicious.
effort.
Thank you
It's
very
the
much.
effort
I
that counts,
appreciate
man.
that. Yes.
Nice. Well, guys, I'm really digging your EP, Your Drug. Um, 5 killer tracks. Very,
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very
very
much.
dance worthy, you know? It's like
Oh,
Oh,
perfect for the night out on the town, you know?
oh yes. Well, you nailed it. We like to say that we're all the party of a night out in New York, none of the hangover.
Well, yeah, if you're living in New York, you got to be someone who's willing to stay up late and go out.
yeah. I mean, that's the name of the game here. You
Yes.
know, no matter what, New York's always city never sleeps, as they say.
Yes. As they say. Um, Yeah, that I mean, honestly, Pat and I really took that to a T, so to speak. We took it to the extreme, and a lot of where we are right now is because of that. Because we did allow those opportunities to happen by being out so frequently, and just kind of going where the we would just let the tide take us wherever it wanted, so to speak. I'm saying that because it looks like there's a tide about to wash the city into the sea. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we've always been open to those opportunities, and we've done well by it. So
There's nothing like a night out on the town and everything that
yes,
Exactly. Well, yeah, the first single, Versions of You, that's a very catchy track and fun video.
Thank you.
thank you very
Um,
much.
do you guys put a lot of um, your thoughts and input into the videos, or do you kind of just do what people tell you to do?
Well, Pat, before you even get into it, Pat and I do not ever do what we're told to do. That's also how we're here. I think if we did what we were told to do, we wouldn't be here. Now, Pat, with regards to the video, why don't you jump in?
Yeah, well, as Mitch said, you know, we're all about doing our own thing, and for us, we're very involved in the video. You know, in all the videos. You know, down to the concept, to the filming and things like that. We like to be involved with everything. So yeah, we try to spearhead all those little projects.
Yes, I mean, we're to be honest, we're so involved that Pat ended up editing the last video we just did for the Hall and Oates cover. I can't go for that. That's how involved we are. So yes,
I guess
Oh, well,
I guess the moral of the story is it's good to be involved. You know.
exactly,
yes,
right? No,
yes,
I feel like if you want something to come out the way you envision it, you kind of have to take the reins and kind of spearhead the whole thing.
That's a
yeah.
very that's the word of the day, rain or rain.
Yeah.
Reins, yeah, that was a good pun.
And you meant RAIN, of course.
Take the
So
rain. Love it.
that's perfect.
Very good.
Yes, I mean, so much of everything starts with maybe, you know, like, I don't want to say 10,000 hours because that goes into the 10,000 hour rule, but we're talking dozens and dozens of conversations usually happen with us and with our third partner. You know, the third piece of the triangle here, with Pete. It usually starts with just endless conversations about our vision. Once we're on the same page, then it's about finding other people that can help bring that vision to light, to fruition, so to speak. So yeah, yeah, I can't imagine not being involved because we care about it too much to not be involved. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I have to applaud you on your cover of Hall and Oates song. I can't go for that. I mean, they don't have a bad song. They're all so catchy.
Yeah.
I mean, they are the most successful duo of all time. So
Yeah. So how
reason
was it
for it.
taking that on? Was it kind of difficult to put your own spin on it, or did you guys know what to do right away?
Well,
Well, this one,
go ahead, Mitch. Go ahead.
this one was easy for us because when we signed to BMG, you know, they asked us to look at the catalog of some of their artists, Hall and Oates being one of them, and we're both big fans. I mean, I've always loved them. Just the mustaches alone. I mean, you have to cover
Right?
a Hall and Oates song. So we actually looked at a bunch of their tracks, you know, Man Eater, and several others. And this one just clicked so fast, and it was so much fun that we, you know, it came to life very quickly. And when that happens, it's meant to be. But it was easy because we were asked to do it. I mean, if someone's just like, oh yeah, go do a cover. I mean, there's no limit, and then things end up you kind of get stuck in that thing where there's endless possibilities. It becomes actually less freeing than you would think. It's this weird paradox. And sometimes if you're asked to be put in a box, you can actually be more creative because you're able to focus a lot easier. So I think that's what happened in this instance. So we were asked to look at the catalog. We love Hall and Oates, and then it just happened so naturally. So
Plus going through a bunch of their
bing, bing.
songs. I mean, working on different covers and things like that. This one was the most fun, and being able to be in the studio and have that luxury of trying some of the songs, jamming on them. You know, we found that this one was the one, and we knew immediately as soon as we started playing and messing with it. So yeah, we're happy it came out so great. So
Yeah.
the thing we didn't know is that well, we didn't know that we didn't know that it would come out this quickly. That's one of the things that is kind of the unknowns in this industry is you finish and you don't really know when it's ever going to come out, because that stuff generally isn't really up to you, or it isn't even really that much of a concern to us because we love all the music we make. So it doesn't really matter the order. I don't think we thought that, you know, we finished this song and then it came out like a couple of weeks or a month later, which is very rare. So that was unique and fun.
Oh, yeah, and I have to say, like, music in that era is just so fun. Do you find yourself going back and listening to songs from the 80s? Because I've been on a binge lately, just going down the rabbit hole of songs from the 80s, and they never get old. They just always feel so good.
Well, a lot of the songs, a lot of the bands that Mitch and I both love, and Peter as well, if you look at the Venn diagram of bands, you know, a lot of them fall in that 80s era. And, you know, Mitch and I, when we first met, we started talking about different bands and artists that we loved. And a lot of them came from the 80s. You know, I mean, even before that, you know, you have Beatles and Zeppelin and all that stuff. But for Mitch and I, you know, we really found common ground with, you know, with Van Halen, with Tears for Fears, Human League, things like that, Depeche Mode, New Order. So many great bands in that era, you know, they brought us together. So, and music is timeless, honestly. So, I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
80s, what have you, you know, it's still good today. So,
yeah.
So the EP comes out September 17th, correct?
Yeah.
I would check with the label.
Yeah.
At least that's what I was told. So.
Oh, that's what we were told too. So we're all
okay.
on
So then
we are
gonna go with yes.
Band. We keep talking
yes,
about based on that.
Yes, I mean, not to bring up any more liquid references or anything like that, but I mean, given what's happening, you know, with certain things that are out of our control. I mean, obviously the EP's finished. You've heard it. When it comes out is it's not up to us. It'll probably be timed with other things. I mean, we're going to want to do a big single release. We're right in the middle of putting together a music video for the song "Your Drug." So I'm not exactly sure when it's going to come out. So you got to follow us on all the social media things, the Instagrams and the other ones.
I like what you did there, Mitch. Very good. That's very good.
That's a good plug. And you know, vinyl is coming back. Do you guys think you'll have it released on vinyl as well?
We'd love to have it on vinyl, on tape, on Laserdisc if they'll have us.
100.
Or 8-tracks or whatever they're called. 8-tracks.
Yeah, 8-tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Every high quality. Every high quality music, like 8-track.
Well, the great thing is LPs sound the best. You know, everyone loves that big analog sound. We are I know that the label's already mentioned a full-length album being released. I know that we will be putting out an LP. That's something that's been discussed. It's something we're very excited about because, that one by one, that artwork becomes very, very important, as opposed to when it's like, this big on a thumbnail on your phone. You want that physical thing, knowing that you're going to be hanging it in your home, and other people will be doing the same. So that's something we're putting a lot of thought into. We will definitely have LPs available in the future. Yes.
Very cool. And Pat, I know you're the songwriter, the lyricist. Do you remember the very first song you ever wrote?
I do, actually. Yeah, it was so when I first started singing, I was in college, and I had a breakup, and of course, and that was the first song that I had ever wrote, and I played it for someone, and he was a new friend at college, and he was like, "Let's go play this somewhere," and I was like, "Okay." And we went down to the Village, and that was basically my first time ever on stage, and it went pretty well. I mean, I'm definitely glad that I kept doing it, and my writing got better over time. But yeah, I think that was the first song ever. Other than that, I had written one like half of a song when I was in like 5th or 6th grade, and but I never did anything with it. But it's yeah, it's been quite a journey. But yeah, that was my first song. Was of course about a breakup. I mean, no better way to start, right?
Yep, that brings inspiration. What about you, Mitch? Do you remember the first song you ever learned on guitar?
Oh God. I actually do remember it. It was there's actually a guitar right here. Let me go off screen.
That's what I love. Always ready. That's good. I like it.
Yes. I just put you can't see it, I'm too close, but it was this. I ain't talking about Love Van Halen, but I learned it up here, which is not where you play it. So it was very interesting because I learned it in the wrong place on guitar, but it sounds exactly the same. That was pretty eye-opening because then I saw Eddie Van Halen playing, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's playing it down there. And then you realize that the guitar is this weird thing where you can play the exact same thing all over the guitar in different ways. So I was like, I should maybe practice guitar a lot more. So that was a lot of fun. And then when Pat and I got together, because we were introduced, and it was like he was a singer, needed a band, I had a guitar, I had a bunch of songs, and he had a bunch of stuff. So it's like, let's get together and write. And I just started playing some riff. He had lyrics ready, and we were like done with our first song in like 10 minutes. So we've just never stopped. When things flow, you can't fight it.
Yeah, and honestly, that first meeting where we went and wrote together, that was definitely the catalyst that started this whole thing with us meeting I was there every day after that, pretty much.
Yeah, I did still recording studio in the
writing,
West Village
nonstop. Yeah, which was great.
Wow, very
and
prolific.
Then we would go out all night and celebrate.
Wow, the next dynamic duo after Hall and Oates.
Oh,
hey, we'll take it.
Like
Batman, Robin, Hall and Oates. There's happy to be part of that.
You do have this thing above your lip.
I do, yeah. I'll have to get rid of this and then curl my hair.
Curls, yeah.
Would you say Eddie Van Halen is one of your guitar heroes?
No.
No, okay. That's very honest.
I think he's kind of he's become the prototypical guitar hero. He's just become ubiquitous with what guitar hero is. Just the striped guitar pattern. I mean, just from an artistic level, I mean, he's like a combination of Pollock, like Beethoven, Hendrix, Les Paul, like all combined into one. Where, I mean, this type of guitar, this super strat. I mean, he invented this stuff. The way that these humbuckers are in this strat style body, he invented this Floyd Rose. This would not exist without him. I mean, there's his impact is immeasurable because he kind of became like what defined what like the cool guitar thing is. But his solo on Beat It, for example, revolutionized what every song then required, even in pop, what every song required as a guitar solo. There's certain pyrotechnics that became the norm. all because of him. It's really incredible. Obviously, nothing like that will ever happen again. I think he kind of maxed out the instrument, but there's so much that he did that for the millions and millions of guitar players out there, that it's just it'll never end. The inspiration, there's just so much. The answer is yes.
Okay. I wasn't expecting it to take that twist.
Oh, there you are, Mitch. I see it.
That's the hurricane, I think, messing with the connection.
Or maybe that's Eddie. Maybe that's Eddie shining
Yes,
down. Just giving us
right?
a
Yeah.
Who knows?
He's like, you better say yes.
Yes. Well, I'm back.
Very good.
I also want to ask you guys.
Frozen.
Oh, are we frozen again?
You're good, Mitch. You're now. I mean, well,
I
now
can't.
you're good. Yeah. Hurricane.
I don't know, Ted. I don't know why. I'm like, if I put my face closer, they can unbreathe.
Guess you're ready for your close-up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, before we sign off, I wanted to ask you, what was your most memorable concert you've ever been to as a fan?
Ooh, that's a good one. Most memorable concert for me, I think, was seeing Depeche Mode for the first time, because it was I think it was in might have been Long Beach or something in New York, but the way that I saw David Gahan kind of connect with the crowd, and the way that he commanded them, I mean, just every which way, and it's like everyone was there with him, and the band Depeche Mode, together in the music. And that was the first time I had looked around. And I'd been to concerts and stuff before, but for me, that was like, and especially as a singer, I was like, wow, look how he just commands everything. It's incredible, and I think also I had a lot of fun at an REM concert once, but that was because I snuck back into the garden and picked up some wires and acted like I was cleaning up. And then we went in and found their dressing room, and they tried to kick us out, and REM let us stay.
Wow.
Cool. So
Really?
after a concert, that's my favorite. During the concert, Depeche Mode. So.
Oh, that's a good trick.
Yeah.
So just pretend you're cleaning.
Yeah, and you could either meet the band or get arrested and go to jail. One of the two.
Either way.
Worked out for me that time, so yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. What about you, Mitch?
Oh God, I honestly I've seen so many concerts. The thing is with concerts with me is that they usually go by as like a blur. I've seen Metallica a bunch. Thank God I had the opportunity to see Van Halen several times. I've seen REM. I saw Zeppelin. We saw Pat and I went to see Guns N' Roses not too long ago. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many concerts, but I usually don't really remember any. They're always going by like this, and then you're usually drinking. I remember more of the shows that we play. So we performed in Prague, and that was great. Pat and I played on a television show out there. I played with Sting once at Carnegie Hall. That was great. I remember the shows that we play more than the shows that I go and see, which is very weird. You would think it'd be the opposite. So I'm going to go with Pat and I in Prague.
Ooh, I like that. Nice.
I hear that's a really nice city.
Yes.
Oh, that place is awesome. Great city. It's it's like one of the few cities that's still intact from all of the world events. So it's the Germans left it alone for the most part, and the Allies. They didn't bomb it too much, which was nice. Some of the historical cities got spared more than others, and that was one of them. Thank God, I suppose. So yes, beautiful city. Highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, is there anything else that people should be on the lookout for in the next few months? Any shows coming up?
Well, we have some stuff coming up. Who knows with everything that's going on? We'll see what happens. But yeah,
I was pushing versions of you. People should go download that. Yes,
absolutely. But yeah, we'll have some dates soon, and download versions of you. We got Your Drug coming out. The Hall and Oates track has got a new video, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
We've got lots more coming. So
very exciting. Well, I really appreciate your time, guys, and stay safe during the hurricane.
You too, Jen. Take care. Thanks for having us.
Stay inside.
I will. Don't worry.
Take
Take
care.
Have a
care.
great one.